Welcome, everyone, to People on Dating. I'm your host, Will Morales. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about the ups and downs of dating, how to navigate through it. Today, my guest is Dr. Tammy Nelson. She is a sex and relationship therapist, a TEDx speaker, and host of the podcast, The Trouble with Sex. She is the author of 6 books, including Open Monogamy, A Guide to Co-Creating Your Ideal Relationship Agreement. She has been featured expert in all major news platforms and network, and she can be found at drtammynelson.com. Dr. Tammy, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm honored that you're on my little podcast. I feel definitely, not worthy. So thank you so much for being on. So Dr.
Thank
Tammy,
you.
tell
I
us.
appreciate it.
No, no, please. So Dr. Tammy, tell us a little bit about yourself. What was that journey like for you? What was that aha moment that we needed you in this space?
I think I needed you. I don't know if anybody needed me. I think that I've been doing this for like 35 years and working with individuals and couples. And I think the world revolves around relationships. I don't think there's anything more interesting than like who we are and why we connect to people and why we don't connect to people and why we break up with people. And
Yeah.
I just think it's fascinating. I remember being a little kid and all the kids in the neighborhood like sitting on my front lawn in a circle and me like being like the group therapist. I think I was just born this way. Like I think I just
You had
oh
that gift.
yeah, well, I don't know if it's a gift as much as like trying to heal my own dysfunctional childhood, which is what all therapists do, to be honest. But I think it's just interesting, right? You're doing it. You're like talking to people.
Yeah.
Relationships are like where it's everything.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And today's top topic is good negotiating needs and boundaries. And Dr. Tammy, what I've been seeing out there with other, whether I'm looking at other podcasts or reading about it, it seems that the battle of the sexes between men and women, men want to set certain boundaries, women are calling them insecure and controlling. Uh, Maybe that's the Gen Z type that I'm seeing now, but why the need for negotiation for needs and boundaries? Why, in your opinion, why the need for that? I know personally for me, because at times I didn't have it. I had maybe personal boundaries, but financial boundaries were terrible. Then sometimes vice versa. So if you could explain the needs for boundaries and to negotiate it, I think this is a fascinating topic.
I don't know if it's gender focused. Like I can't say this is what it is for men, this is what it is for women, this is what it is for non-binary people. Like I think everybody needs boundaries, right? I think
Right.
we have not been taught how to not just have boundaries, because when we say have boundaries, it implies like I'm going to teach you what I need to give me distance to
Hmm.
be safe, but also to like give consent. Like I'm going to tell you when you can come close to me emotionally, physically, sexually. Like we haven't been really taught to have that language of what is my space that I want you in and when do I want you in it and when don't I want you in it.
Right.
And that's an interesting thing because I think it changed a lot during the pandemic. I don't know from generation to generation, but I think, wow, like our boundaries changed a lot during that pandemic thing that happened. And
Yeah.
I think it screwed with our boundaries. I think we got either really distant and really lonely. We got, being with people could kill us, right? So it like
Hmm.
messed with our boundaries, messed with our heads, it messed with our energy. So we either got like really desperate to connect again now that it's been a couple years, or we're still kind of like nervous, like, don't hug me when I see you. Like that's
Yeah, I think that's part of it too. I still think that maybe the residue of the pandemic, because it seems like even when it comes to dating, no, not too many people are meeting in person anymore. Everything is through apps and all that. Uh, so the interaction with people, it's like I hate to say slowly dying, but it's just not it's not the same before the pandemic, if that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know if it'll ever die because if the interaction with people dies, we'll all die, like humanity
Yeah.
will die. But
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you meant to say. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, I really do. I
I mean,
agree.
between friends, that's there, but I'm talking about like couples now because everything is through social media and apps,
No, we
you
got to
know?
meet eventually. I mean, if we're
Yeah.
going to perpetuate the species, you got to like at some point meet. But you are absolutely right. And I think that's why young people are having less sex now too. Like this is a generation that people are having more sex than they've ever had. Like when I was growing up in like the 70s, it was not like this. Like you had a lot of sex and you hung out with people. And now I think you're right. I think it takes a long time to feel like, someone is like breathe, sharing your breath worthy. Like, are you worthy of me breathing in your space? Are you worthy of
Yeah.
like taking those risks? Or even like time is different. Like, am I gonna spend my time? You just said something about financial boundaries. I think time is interesting too, how we spend our time. It's like we're
Yeah.
so busy. I have only a limited amount so my boundaries around time are very limited. The way that I look at it in relationships is that we have four resources: time, attention, affection, and sex.
Mm.
So I got to really screen you out to decide how I'm going to spend those resources and what you're going to share with me. And to be fair, like we have different needs, right? Two
Right.
people are going to have different needs for time or different definitions of affection. But I think you're right. I think we're a little bit more picky now about that.
Yeah, and again, what I'm reading and looking at other, on YouTube, everybody's posting on their TikTok videos. Don't waste my time, and if you want to ask me out, send me a gift first, and this way I could see your intention. And I'm like, wow, that's changed from like you said, growing up in the '70s. I mean, obviously it's a different time. Social media plays a big part of everything now.
Yeah, yeah.
But Dr. Tommy, so how do you negotiate the needs and boundaries? Like you, two people meet, and do you say that right away? What the boundaries are and the needs, or do you wait maybe a few weeks to a couple of months until maybe you grow on each other and then you set the boundaries? How does that work in a especially early in a relationship?
Well, I mean, it's changed already, and it's changed if you're gay or straight. Like, are you saying I'm a top or a bottom, or are you sharing you know, your
Mm,
your your sexually transmitted infection results right away on the first date? Are you like what's really appropriate for that first conversation? And I think now people are really talking about what their monogamy expectations are. Like, are you looking for someone to be monogamous with? Are you looking for an more open relationship? And I don't know, in my day, it meant that you were just gonna like shop around and you were gonna date a bunch of people and then you were gonna quote unquote settle down.
right.
Now people define it as, I'm not ready for monogamy and I want to be more flexible and fluid but at least they're transparent about it, and I think the
Yeah.
earlier you can be transparent about what you're actually doing, the less chance there is of like ghosting each other and doing all this stuff that people do, taxi cabbing or whatever, whatever
Oh,
they like.
I haven't heard that term yet, taxi cabbing. And it's funny because I was coming up with a millennial or Gen Z dictionary of what everything means, or the new term that I hear is womanese. So everything is insecure or controlling, all these buzzwords that are out there. And even the boundaries, Dr. Tammy, that's now a buzzword. Oh, they got to have boundaries? Why? Why you got to be so controlling?
Mm.
Even men can't, set boundaries that they want their girlfriend to be this way, that way. It's my God, the dating dynamics has changed so much over I'd say the last 5 years after COVID. It's like I feel like it's a free for all.
Well, I think it's important to have boundaries, right? Like
Yeah,
I think maybe there's been a lot of information in our culture that says, you know what? Maybe we need to rethink what it means to be safe in a relationship. And maybe we shouldn't trust each other. Like maybe
right.
there's been a lot of boundary pushing and some real trust violations. Like maybe we should be like kind of clear about what those things mean. And I think there should be a new conversation, like new language around. Okay, what does that actually mean? Are you going to like roofie my drink on the second date, or are we, like,
Yeah.
what does it mean to? Are we going to sleep together and then you're going to break my heart because you're dating other people and you didn't tell me? Like, what are the boundaries really about? Because I don't think it matters if you're a man or a woman or what age you are or gay or straight. I think people really want to trust each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm not seeing is the trust because it seems like both, and as the older generation, yeah, you still got there, that lack of trust sometimes, but the younger generation, my nieces and nephews and friends that I consider friends, they're under 30 years old. The trust issue is the first thing that comes up, and maybe not in their discussion, but discussion with their friends. Can I trust him? Is he a player, or does she have other boyfriends? Am I the only one she's talking to? So
Mhm.
again, establishing those boundaries at the beginning of a relationship could be touchy for some people. Some people just might want to run away. Wait a minute, they got boundaries already on the first meetup. Again, it's like, how do you navigate that?
Well, I think people need discretion, right? So they
Mhm.
need to know that you're not going to go tell your friends everything that we're doing or everything that is going to happen. Like, that's a boundary, right? I
Right,
want to
right.
know that there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. I want
Mhm.
to know that, the things I say to you, you're not going to go home and tell your mother and you're not going to announce it on your podcast or,
Put it
everybody
on
has,
TikTok.
right? Right. I mean, those are important things. So, I think, I need to know you're not like recording me on your phone and,
Yeah.
what does discretion really mean today? I think that's like one of the biggest transactions that we have is
Mhm.
privacy. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to have a real date? Are we going to have a real relationship where we actually share something in real time that nobody else knows about? Like
Right.
is, that's like a real relationship. I think that's going to be the most important thing over the next 10 years, like in real time with real skin and that no one else knows about. It's just between us. That's like real intimacy.
Yeah, and is that something that somebody could keep to themselves? Yeah, you might want to talk to a friend about it, but like you said, you don't want to put it on someone's podcast, or they come to my podcast and say, well, this guy did this or this girl did that. It might be good for my ratings. I might get a few more subscribers, but at the same time, even the older generation now, when we meet now is exchanging Instagram or Facebook profiles, not even phone numbers anymore.
Right. No one even calls. I mean, and if they call me, I'm like, why are you calling me? I'm not going to pick it up.
Well, Dr. Tammy, I'm fighting a cold, so don't make me laugh too much.
Well, I mean, those are all the risks, right? Is
Yeah.
like, how do you know that your information and information about who you are, your privacy is safe? So why
Right.
why would you trust someone that you just met? Like we have to be a little more cautious now, I think, than we ever were because information is so public. So any space that you can find, any app that you can find, any potential partner that you can find that you feel like, oh, this is where the discretion lives,
Yeah.
that's going to be super valuable, right? I really think going into the future, like, how do you ask someone, how discreet are you? How can I trust you? How much do you talk about your dating? Who are your friends? Like, maybe you need to stalk people on their social media to really understand who they are. Like maybe that's a thing now. That's how weed out the people that you don't want. The people that are complaining about their ex or showing pictures of people or, that's how you can trust somebody.
Yeah, and I see that all over the place now, especially, and I don't even have TikTok, but it's just uploaded on Instagram or it's uploaded on YouTube where someone's complaining about an ex or, oh, this guy, he wants to take me out and he wants to buy me dinner, which is great, but he should just send me the money. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I saw one the other day where some young lady is complaining that she doesn't want to go out with the guy.
Mhm.
He wants to take her out, and she says, Just send me the money. It's the same thing. And no, it's not the same thing. The guy wants to take you out. So it's just, you know, I just feel like the boundaries is such a touchy subject now, especially with the younger people. It, it's such a thin line because it's either, the words out there is either controlling or manipulating. You know, the boundary. It's either the boundaries are a bad word or standards. It's just like curse
I
words.
feel like I'm going to push back a little because I feel like you're
Sure, no, go
implying
please.
I feel like you're implying that women are trying to be controlling by setting boundaries
No,
and men
no,
are
it's more
freaking out
men.
about
No, no, I'm thinking more men are trying to set boundaries, and the women, again, this is what I'm seeing and
it. Yeah, no,
hearing.
period.
Yeah, that they're complaining that the guys are being too controlling and they're being too sensitive and they're being insecure because a guy wants to have boundaries and he wants to, he doesn't want to share his woman with everybody else. Just, slow down on Instagram pictures.
Well,
That's what I'm.
it's so interesting because how do we even know like that those Instagram posts, like the one that you saw, how do we even know that that's real? It could be AI now. Like
Oh my God, 100%. You're right
we
about
can't
that.
even trust the internet anymore. Like we can't trust those posts. Like how do you trust a person that you think you're meeting when they could be catfishing you and be someone, that's not even a real person now. Like this blows my mind. When we're talking
Yeah.
about trust and discretion and boundaries and control and like how do you even know it's real anymore? That's really mind blowing. I can't even wrap my mind around that. I was watching something the other day where they were talking about some influencer, this beautiful babe who was like posting thirst trap photos and
Yeah.
a zillion followers and she's got an agent and like she's not real. She's an AI person and it's all
Wow.
VR. And I was like, where are we? I can't keep up. Like you don't even know if I'm real. Like I could be Ask Dr. Tammy.
I'm hoping you are. Imagine that this podcast is all AI controlled, you know?
I'll give it another year or two.
Anyway, yeah, I won't even have to post. I'm like, hey, let me just do AI. I, and that's the thing, sometimes when I look at these videos and I'm staring hard and I'm like, is this AI or is this actually real? Is or is these person are just doing it just to get clicks? So you wonder about these things because I haven't met anyone, young or old that has, they had their boundaries and standards, but like some of the lists that even some men have and some women have, I'm like, okay, is this for clickbait, as they say?
Mhm,
What's going on here?
mhm.
Is it just to get clicks, to just get views? And we talk with Dr. Tammy Nelson, and today's topic is negotiating needs and boundaries. I like the fact that negotiating needs is there. The boundaries, yeah, that should be somewhat implied, but the needs, how do we bring that up? The needs, for me personally, I like to go roller skating on Saturday, Sunday. That's my de-stress activity. But you have me Monday through Friday. That's my need, Saturday and Sunday. Go ahead, Dr. Tappy.
I love that you're differentiating between needs and boundaries because I think
Right.
maybe that's the triggering thing for people and like it activates people around, boundaries might feel controlling. So now I kind of
Mm,
understand more what you're saying.
yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense to sort of imply, look, these are my needs, because you can't put boundaries on someone else. Boundaries are your own thing. Like I
Right.
have my boundaries for me. Those are my needs and the things that I need for me. And I can't control whether or not you respect them. All I can do is know and say and communicate for myself, these are my guardrails. Like this is what my red lines are. Like I cannot give up my Saturday roller skating. Like it's just not going to work for me.
Right.
But I can't say to you, you have to stay home on Saturdays because I'm not available. Like
Right.
you can't put boundaries on someone else. You can only do them on yourself. Otherwise, they
Mm.
become rules. And then I'm parentifying you. And then I have to like follow up to make sure you follow the rules. And then what? I got to punish you if you aren't home on Saturday waiting for
Then you
me.
get resentment. Yeah.
And it becomes what you're talking about, which is like controlling. And, when you parentify a relationship like that, it becomes totally desexualized. And
Yeah.
now we're off course totally from the beginning. So, needs makes much more sense. Like, this is what I need. Tell me what you need in a relationship, or what you need when we first start dating.
So changing the words around will make a huge difference. Like instead of say these are my boundaries, but these are the needs I have. Am I in the ballpark with that, Dr. Tammy?
I think so. It feels better to me instead of saying
Yeah,
these are my boundaries in a relationship, because that implies that you should have my boundaries as well. These are
gotcha.
my needs. These that implies these are my boundaries, you know. And I
Yeah,
think we should differentiate with people. Like, there's a difference between, well, I like to roller skate on Saturday. It's not like a need. I could go on Sundays, but this is what I like. I really need to exercise on the weekend. Like that, I think it's important to tell people so you don't seem, number one, controlling, but you also don't seem like a pushover. You're not like,
right.
I'll change my life for you.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
that person
I've been there, yeah. So and it never works. So I get that.
is.
So I like that, Dr. Tammy, changing of the phrase, phrasing it a little bit different. I think that definitely works. Well, first of all, Dr. Tammy, I know I could talk to you for another hour. That I know for a fact. And before I let you go, anything you want to promote, talk more about your podcast, and talk more about your book, anything else you would like to promote?
Yeah, I mean, if your listeners want to write to me, I'll give them a free like handout. Like, what should you say to talk about a relationship agreement?
Yeah.
Just say they met me through you, and they can email me through drtammynelson.com. It's drtammynelson.com. So it's
Yeah.
like the beginning of a relationship agreement. Like, what are the 30 something questions that you should ask or say?
Oh, wow.
And they can go to my podcast, The Trouble with Sex. And if they have a topic or a question, they can write in and I'll answer it on the podcast. And, I'm happy to send people information. I have a date night card deck, which is like you pull out a question on a date, and
Sure.
that could be an icebreaker.
I think so. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. No, that'd be cool. Definitely. And anything else you want to promote? Maybe more about your book?
Well, I have 6 books. Open Monogamy is my 6th book. It's how to co-create a relationship agreement. So it's good
Sure.
to know like where you fall on the monogamy continuum. If you're more conservative, traditional, which is fine,
Hmm.
or if you're more wide open, polyamorous. But there's a lot of gray in between, right? It's not
Yeah.
binary. It's not usually one or the other.
Okay.
And so it just gives you information about how to talk about it. But I also have books on getting the sex you want and what to do if you've been cheated on, a lot of ways to heal and also to communicate.
Yeah, I'll definitely put that on the show notes. And if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, tell us that website one more time.
Yeah, it's drtammynelson.com. So it's DRTAMMY Nelson, NELSON.com.
Yeah, I'll definitely put it on the show notes. Well, Dr. Tammy, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. Like I said, I could probably talk to you for like another hour, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
Oh, contact me anytime, William. Don't call me because I won't pick up, but you
Yeah, I
can
know that. Yeah, everything is either through text or email now.
email. Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna have to look for you on Instagram.
I'm not on
Well,
TikTok though. I'm not there.
neither am I. Neither am I. I just get those through YouTube. So thank you, Dr. Tammy. I much appreciate it. Bye-bye.